Alright folks, let's take a look at this computer that I picked up at the local hamfest, not Peoria. I guess it's an important distinction to make now. Quaint little box, silver and blue, and kind of cheap looking, honestly. And it certainly would have been cheap. Anyway, this is a little mini PC, Windows 98, or at least that's what the label on the top says. I don't know if that's actually what it's running. But this is actually a BookPC, model BK630, manufactured by PC Chips, well-known manufacturer of extraordinarily cheap motherboards. In the 486 days, they were well known for making boards that had totally fake cache. This is obviously not a 486. I don't know what this is. I imagine it's probably Pentium 3 era. Maybe Pentium 2 era, somewhere in there. Very highly proprietary, so you couldn't put just any motherboard in this. And if that power supply ever goes bang, then we might be screwed, because that's obviously a non-standard power supply as well. But you get PS2, 2 USB, Ethernet, modem, parallel printer, joystick, which for some reason is missing the retention screws, VGA, probably SIS video if I had to guess, either SIS or VIA or something like that. That would have not been too great back in the day, although there was a time when SIS actually wasn't too bad. It's got onboard audio. Again, probably not anything that's any good. I'll flip it around here. I can't imagine that it originally came with a 52-speed optical drive, but there it is. There's some front panel ports. They're not labeled, so I have no idea which one is which. I don't know what that would have been. There's 2 more USB ports there. I'm guessing that there was possibly an option for infrared. Maybe this doesn't have that. Reset switch, power switch, eject for the floppy, and it actually does have a pass-through to the floppy light as well, which is neat. So I'll go ahead and I'll pop this open. Before I do that, I guess I ought to describe or explain what I paid for it. I actually walked past this thing probably about 4 times. I know I walked past it several times because it was interesting, but I kept thinking, I don't need another computer. You know, I've got too much junk in here already. I don't need another computer. It's probably not all that interesting. Maybe it doesn't even work. He probably wants like $30 for it because it's intact, etc., etc. Finally, I just asked, what do you want for the computer? And I kid you not, the response was, $5. So you better believe that I handed over the cash and grabbed it and got out of there before anybody had a chance to change their mind. $5 for a computer is a pretty hard bargain these days. Usually when you find them, they're 20 plus in decent condition. But this is easy enough to open. There's 3 screws on the back, one of which is the original type. These other 2 I think are replacements. But I'm going to go ahead and I'll pop this out because this actually comes out like a drawer. It's actually kind of nice, although I don't think it's like the PS2s. I don't think it's got the kind of strength to where you could leave a monitor on top of it, unless maybe it was an LCD. You might be able to do that. This is a quick test. I decided to put an LCD on top. Doesn't look like it's bending too bad. So maybe you could actually do that. I don't know. I'd be a little bit wary of it, and certainly CRT is out of the question. Let's take a look at this computer. Man, what an oyster can. And yeah, I'm right. Look at that power supply. What is this, anyway? PC100, switching power. I guess it doesn't really give a PS100. I imagine it's probably a 100 watt power supply, given it says PS100 on it. Look at this, you can't even see any of the motherboard. It's a small board. Again, probably completely custom made. So I imagine this probably is not an Intel or an AMD maybe a Cyrix chip of some kind? I don't know. But it's almost completely covered up. Everything is almost completely covered up by the drive cage. The hard drive is still there. So that's good. Somebody glued this for some reason. I don't know why. It's actually got the CD audio cable hooked up. There's a little daughter board for the modem. And also apparently the video. Nope, that's not the video. The video goes straight into the motherboard down there. So, no opportunity for expansion or upgrades or anything else. But that's not really much of a surprise. It was probably an extraordinarily cheap computer when it was new. And I got about 7 minutes left on my camera, so I guess I probably ought to make this quick. Anyway, turn the video light off, you go up to 10, but we're still running out of power here, so I guess I better make this quick. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hook this thing up, we'll power it up. In fact, actually, I think I'm going to charge the camera first. Then we'll hook this thing up and power it up, which means I might not actually get to it today because it's 8:30 and it's already completely dark out. Now, maybe not completely. Maybe still a little bit of evidence of sunlight there, but not much. Tell you what, not even fall yet, and already I think I've lost about an hour and a half of my daylight, which really makes me kind of irritated. Not that it matters, I'm on vacation this week because Peoria Hamfest is this upcoming weekend, so I guess there's one thing. I'm going to charge this camera, and then maybe I'll clean up some of the things that I'm working on over there and get on with this. Well, screw letting the other camera charge, because apparently it's decided it doesn't want to now. What a piece of crap. Somehow I'm unsurprised by something with a Canon badge on it. Canon brand name, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll plug it in now. See if it explodes. No, hasn't yet. But it's also not doing anything. Well, there we go. Sounds like there's a grinding fan in it somewhere. Does it work? There's the hard drive. Haven't done anything yet. Something's going on. Is the computer doing something? Huh. Oh, here it comes. Via Cyrix 3266. So what is that? Pentium 3? Compatible? Roughly, anyway? Or something like that. Obviously the battery's dead. Wow, that took an awfully long time to post. But, seems to work. Of course, obviously it's dead. 10 gig hard drive, not bad. 128 megabytes of memory. I think it's got two 64 megabyte modules. Could probably be upgraded, but not sure how much I care. Looks like a standard setup there. Although I'm wondering why the third boot device defaults to LS120. That's kind of strange. Chipset. Could do some overclocking if you wanted to. SIS 900 Ethernet. So that probably sucks. USB keyboard support is off. Onboard IR port is disabled. So that suggests that it actually has one. Maybe. Or again, maybe it was a configurable option for these. Shutdown temperature is disabled. That's good. Does it even keep track of that? Yeah, I don't see any temperature monitoring on this. Battery voltage is... well, it's not great, but It should still be enough to hold the setting, so I'm surprised that it's not. Unless, again, maybe there's something wrong with it. So we'll exit saving changes, because it suggested that we do so. And we'll get a chance to see once it reposts, because apparently that takes forever, if it's still running Windows 98. And again, I might have to stop the video depending upon what it does. Okay, now we're up at 16 megabytes of shared memory. I didn't change anything, so I don't know why that changed. Oh, there's Windows 98. That red light on the front's the hard drive light. Is it going to do anything else? When it's got the cover off, that will probably be the time that it chooses to explode. Okay, here we go. Now it's doing something else. Alright. Oh, look at this. We've got a login. Does it have a password set? Well, kind of. Well, Windows 98 has the best security, as you can see. Holy crap. Looks like it's got a bunch of games on it. That mouse does not like that surface. Let's see if I can push this back a little bit without knocking it onto the floor. Maybe get this mouse to work a little better. There we go. Alright. I don't know what that is. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that this was built by PC Chips. Or PC Cheaps, as a lot of people knew them. The modem obviously doesn't work. There's the video. The network adapter. There's the video. Yeah, SIS. Yuck. Probably not very good for much. But, I mean, it runs. Runs Windows 98, so I guess there's one thing. It's like a C-Media audio chipset. Not sure how good that really is. SIS, USB. This is an SIS chipset, obviously. CD-ROM. It is just a CD-ROM. Generic IDE disk. It is a Seagate, we determined that, and even if we didn't, you can tell just by the sound of the head stack that that's a Seagate hard drive. You know, I miss those days when you could tell whose drive was what by the sounds that the head stack made. Let's see, everything is 32-bit. Your system is configured for optimal performance. So no DOS drivers or anything loaded here. Where do these point? Let's see. See, program files. Let's see, what's going on in here? Oh. Interesting. It's under the backup folder. Drivers. Modem. So that's kind of interesting that it can't actually figure out what the modem is. Let me see if I can maybe get it to actually work with it. Let's see, device manager, PCI communications, reinstall driver, specific location, we're looking for modem. Let's see here. Have disk. Oh, there's no floppy. Let's see. Where's the D drive? D backup, drivers, modem. Huh. Well, that's why the modem is not installed. Is that actually the modem? No, yeah, that is the modem, definitely. So that's kind of odd. I don't know why that's not working. SIS 630 VGA, AGP, 108D. What is this? AGP driver. I'm not sure why this would have an AGP driver. That's not used by this VGA driver that's right here. Although I guess that's where it is. I don't know. Setting. Audio. There's the CMI driver. Probably useful to keep all this stuff around. TB2 2000, no idea what that is. Suppose I could open it and find out, but I don't really care that much. C program files. Okay, so there's that thing that we had. Folder. Hypertext template. Desktop.ini for some reason. Kenwood FPU. ICOM. Now this came from a hamfest, so it wouldn't surprise me that this has... This is probably for programming some kind of transceiver. Yeah, that's exactly what that looks like. Oh yeah. That's what that looks like to me. So, anyway. Not useful to me, I don't have one of those. Syslan. That must be for the driver. Plus. Does this actually have any of the themes? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so there's all the usual stuff. Kenwood FPU. There's another, yeah, that's for another radio. Firmware update. Is it okay to finish this program? So that stuff can probably go. I don't think I need any of that. But, some games on the desktop. Some of which might be interesting. Let's just auto-arrange it. Blackjack. Oh, look at this. It's a DOS game. Yeah, just shut it down. Bang Bang. I don't know how this works. How do the controls work? I don't understand. Maybe the help will tell me? Huh. I can't press the... Oh, there we go. I don't know, it's actually working. Oh, there we go, now it's working. Probably had to start a game. Let me see if we can do that. I've destroyed the mountain. Kaboom! Alright, that's fun. This looks like a Pac-Man clone. Yeah, definitely a Pac-Man clone. Let's see if I actually know the controls here. Holy crap. I think this was designed for an older computer. Don't know about you, but, look at this. Not quite. Okay. That's probably why that was acting so weird. Let's try another one. Nope, that's, yeah. DOS game. I closed my window that was open, so that's neat. Looks like there's no, that's the only screensaver. Game of life. Cannot find the working folder, just run it. Nope, well, that's dead. This is a Mahjong game. So, I have no idea how to play this. I mean, I probably do. I've probably done it before, but I don't remember. There's gotta be something I can do, right? I'm not fast enough for this. Alright, anyway. Tic-tac-toe. There is something, there is something in the network neighborhood. Which apparently I can access offline, which is just the same thing as the D drive, so maybe that's actually coming from this machine. Because, yeah, that's shared. What happens if I turn sharing off on that? What's in the network neighborhood now? Yeah, that's empty. So that's this computer. So that's why that shows up. Anything in the Internet Explorer history? No. Drivers and downloads for the SX270. That's for your Dell. Probably whatever replaced this. Doesn't look like there is anything in the history. Control H. Yeah. Looks like the history is empty. So, unsurprising. I don't think I'd bring one of these onto the internet anyway either. So, PL2303, yeah, that's probably, again, that's probably another transceiver of some sort. Acrobat 4.0. This is the French version. There's definitely some stuff here. I don't know if these files are still on the computer or not. Internal error. So it looks like probably not. There's a README. Alright, well anyway. I think we've determined pretty much everything we need to determine on this. And it is now almost... Oh, it's approaching 10:30. So I think I'm going to finish this up. I'll put the cover back on this, and I might just leave it as is. I'll probably clean it up a little bit, clean the install up a little bit, but I mean, it's Windows 98. It probably doesn't have a virus on it. Holy crap. There's a password. I can't show that. That's probably somebody's. That might actually be meaningful. Yeah, so that's gone, whatever that was. My documents is empty. Program. Well, whatever that was is gone. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm going to conclude with that. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below.